Welcome, the chosen ones. True power is rarely loud, but when it reveals itself, the world stands still. Have you ever noticed how sometimes, without even trying, you let a glimpse of your true self slip, leaving people absolutely speechless? It's like you're walking around with a hidden treasure chest, and once in a while, the lid accidentally cracks open just enough for everyone around to catch a flash of what's inside. And what happens? Shock, curios. It may be even a little jealousy. The reactions are almost comical. The way people suddenly become so interested in you, trying to figure out just how you're so different. Here's a fact. While most people are still scrambling to find themselves, you've quietly unlocked a piece of something extraordinary. It's that accidental magic, those little moments when your true self shines through, often without you even realizing it, that leaves others both stunned and completely mystified. It's a gift and a curse, right? You didn't mean to reveal anything, but somehow they saw just enough to know you're operating on a different level. And let's be honest, once they see that magic, they can't unsee it. Number 1. Unmasking unshakable self-confidence. There's something about you that radiates unshakable self-confidence. It's not the loud, attention-seeking kind, but a quiet, almost mystical force that speaks for itself. Self. People sense it when they're around you, though they may not understand it. And for some, it's downright unsettling. You're walking proof that confidence doesn't need to announce itself to be felt. Instead of shouting your worth, you let your presence do all the talking. And that's where the magic lies. This level of self-assurance, this inner knowing, is rare. Most people live with a constant need to validate themselves through others, bending over backward to gain approval. But you don't need applause or a fan club. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your strength isn't performative. And that's what makes it so extraordinary and intimidating. Those around you may wonder how you manage to carry yourself with such calm certainty. They may question how someone can simply exist without craving validation. They even test you, hoping to find a in your armor, but they're usually left disappointed. You don't respond to their attempts because you're not performing for anyone. And that's what unsettles people the most. They can't figure you out in a world where most are defined by the roles they play. You refuse to be confined to any script. This unspoken confidence reveals something they're afraid to confront in themselves, their own doubts and insecurities, while they may not admit it. This is why they sometimes resent you. In truth, it's not what you do or say. It's the energy you carry, a kind of quiet magic they don't possess. And the fact that you own this power without needing their approval, that's something they can't ignore or forget. Number 2, your failures are just growth in disguise. People love to watch others fail, especially if they've secretly envied or misunderstood them. They expect failure to be the moment when someone comes back down to earth or gets a dose of reality. But for you, failure isn't a stopping point. It's a spark. When things don't go as planned, you don't crumble. Instead, you adapt. You turn mistakes into stepping stones, using setbacks to fuel your growth. It's almost as if each misstep reveals a new part of you, something stronger and wiser than before to those watching. It's baffling, even frustrating, because while they would view failure as defeat, you see it as the beginning of something deeper. The thing that throws people off is how you don't seem fazed by what others would consider a major setback. You don't swallow or seek sympathy. Instead, you're back in motion, quietly, reinventing yourself, learning, recalibrating. It's this resilience, this ability to turn every fall into a comeback that leaves people both stunned and envious. They see your so-called failures not as weaknesses, but as proof of a strength. They can't figure out a strength that doesn't rely on outside approval or validation. To some, it almost looks like magic, while others waste time explaining or justifying themselves. You're busy building from the ground up, often better than before. You turn your missteps into momentum, which leaves people unsettled. Why? Because you've shown them something that disrupts their whole view of what failure is supposed to mean. Instead of dragging you down, failure refines you. Your approach to setbacks doesn't just reveal who you are, it reflects what they're not. And that quiet transformation, that unbreakable resilience, makes your so-called failures the very thing that others envy the most. Number 3, ability to thrive. Without validation, you move through life with an independence that most people can't wrap their heads around. You don't need anyone's stamp of approval to feel good about yourself. And that alone is like a superpower in a world where validation is practically currency. While others are glued to their phones, counting likes and comments, measuring their worth. Through the eyes of others, you're out there doing your own thing, completely unbothered by what anyone thinks. You've built a kind of self-respect that doesn't sway with trends or crumble under criticism. And for those who constantly need reassurance, your independence can feel intimidating. People can't help but notice this, even if they don't fully understand it. To some, it's inspiring. They see in you what they wish they could be, but for others, it stirs up envy, maybe even resent, because it's a reminder of their own dependency on others' opinions. Your ability to stand alone unshaken highlights the insecurities they try to keep hidden. They might even start projecting their insecurities onto you, subtly or openly, trying to tear down what they can't match. But the irony is that the more they try, the less it affects you. Their opinions don't dictate your path, and that's a freedom they can't fathom. In a sense, your self-reliance is a mirror reflecting back at them their own doubts and fears, while they're hustling for approval, hoping to be seen in a certain light. You're walking your own path, free from the burden of constant judgment. It's liberating, and it's rare. People can sense that kind of authenticity from a mile away, and it often leaves them unsettled, even if they can't quite explain why. You've learned to be your own source of validation, and in a world so hungry for attention, that makes you powerful in ways they'll never understand. Number 4, your intuition sees through deception. Instantly, your intuition isn't just some vague feeling or passing hunch. It's like a finely tuned radar that instantly picks up on deception, lies, and manipulation, often before anyone even says a word. You see through people's masks, reading intentions as easily as if they were written in plain sight. It's a skill so sharp that it goes beyond simple gut instinct. It's almost like an internal compass, guiding you away from dishonesty and toward the truth. This can be unnerving for others, especially those who aren't used to being seen so clearly. You don't even have to confront them directly. Just the way you look at them, with an almost knowing gaze, is enough to send a message. They sense that you figured them out, and it leaves them scrambling, trying to cover up or double down, as if they could somehow outmaneuver your intuition. But you don't fall for the games. You're onto them from the start, and they know it. Your silence in these moments is powerful. While others might be quick to call out deceit loudly, you're more subtle, allowing people to reveal themselves even more. The more they try to disguise their motives, the clearer they become to you. It's a quiet strength that keeps people on their toes, unsure of how much you've picked up on, and unnerved by the idea that you can see through their facade without them even realizing it. Your intuitive insight makes you nearly impossible to fool, and it's a quality others respect and sometimes deeply fear. Number 5, the art of non-reaction. You've developed a rare, almost elusive skill, the art of non-reaction when things spiral into chaos or when others try to provoke you, you remain calm and centered, completely in control. This ability to stay grounded while everything around you erupts is more powerful than most people realize. While others might get rattled or defensive, you know that reacting impulsively only hands over your power, so you choose silence, you choose restraint, and this choice leaves people in awe and sometimes in disbelief when someone tries to stir a reaction out of you. They're expecting anger, frustration, or at the very least a crack in your calm demeanor. But when you respond with poise and detachment, it unsettles them. They realize they can't rattle you, and that realization holds a mirror to their own lack of control. It's not just that you're calm, it's that you're showing them a form of strength they don't possess. This level of self-mastery is something they can't fake, and they know it. You reveal just how exposed they are, and in contrast, how composed you are. Your non-reaction becomes a shield, a layer of silent power that others can sense but can't penetrate by staying centered. You aren't allowed anyone else to dictate your mood, energy, or state of mind. It's a form of resilience that others can't replicate, no matter how hard they try. In a world where people are quick to react and even quicker to lose their cool, your ability to remain unshaken sets you apart. It's a skill honed through self-discipline, and it's why those who try to provoke you end up being the ones feeling shaken. Number 6. You channel energy into creation, not competition. You have a unique approach to life. Instead of getting caught up in endless rivalries and competitions, you focus purely on creation. While others are busy measuring themselves against one another, scrambling to climb higher or come out on top, you found your own lane and stay in it, fully absorbed in your own growth and vision. This choice confounds those who want you to join the race, to play their game of one-upmanship. They can't understand why you aren't eager to beat them, and it leaves them both frustrated and a bit intimidated. Your indifference to their competition feels like a power move in itself, an almost effortless kind of success when you pour your energy into creation instead of rivalry. It changes everything. Your goals aren't about proving yourself or outshining anyone. They're about building something meaningful, something that reflects your unique vision. People sense that your achievements come from a place of authenticity, not from a need to outdo others. And that's precisely what makes your success seem so natural. While they're expending their energy comparing themselves to everyone around them, you're working quietly and steadily, and it shows. Your progress isn't forced, it flows, and that drives them crazy. You're not wasting time on petty rivalries or distractions. Instead, you're channeling all that energy into what truly matters to you. And the results speak for themselves. Your indifference to competition isn't just refreshing, it's liberating. By choosing not to engage in constant battles for validation, you've freed yourself to create without limits, and that sense of freedom is something few people ever experience. It's no wonder they're left wondering just how you manage to stay so focused, so calm, and so consistently ahead without ever stepping into the ring. Number 7. You exude a knowing that shatters illusions. There's something about you that others can't quite put their finger on, an aura of knowing, a sense of wisdom that feels as if it's come from lifetimes lived, not just years studied. This isn't knowledge you've gained from books or teachings. It's an inherent understanding that radiates from within you, cutting through the illusions that so many people live under. It's unsettling to those around you because they can sense that there's something deeper going on beneath the surface, something they don't have access to. You don't need to say much to make people feel this. Your very presence holds this unspoken depth, one that challenges their limited perceptions of reality. What makes this knowing so powerful is that it's not rooted in conventional understanding. And that's what leaves others both curious and threatened. While they've spent their lives gathering surface-level knowledge, you've tapped into something that exists beyond the confines of education or societal norms. This leaves them unable to reach what you know, and it creates a sense of vulnerability in them. Their own limited perspective becomes glaringly obvious when they come in contact with your clarity, and that often makes them feel exposed. You've shattered the illusions they've built their reality on, and now they're left questioning everything. The unsettling part for them isn't just that you know more, it's that you seem to be more, something beyond their grasp. Your wisdom doesn't require explanation, because it's an energy that can be felt, not just understood. And in that silent knowing, you leave them both intrigued and threatened, as they realize that the deeper truth you carry can't be learned or mimicked. It can only be embodied. Number 8. You don't chase you, attract you, possess a magnetic quality that draws the right people, opportunities, and resources into your life without the need for chasing or forcing outcomes. While others spend enormous energy trying to grab hold of what they want, you simply align with your goals, allowing them to come to you naturally. It's not about waiting passively, but rather cultivating a mindset and energy that invites exactly what resonates with you. This approach defies the usual hustle and grind mentality and leaves others puzzled and at times frustrated. They see you attracting what they're desperately chasing, yet they don't quite understand how you do it. The secret lies in your ability to focus inward, trusting that what's meant for you will find its way without unnecessary struggle, instead of fixating on what you lack or relentlessly pursuing things outside yourself. You prioritize inner alignment, whether that's by maintaining peace of mind, building your skills, or nurturing your passions. This creates a sort of natural magnetism. The energy you project is calm, assured, and clear about what it wants, which in turn draws in people and opportunities that resonate with that frequency. This effort, less attraction, often disrupts others. Understanding of success. Many are conditioned to believe that only constant pursuit brings rewards. Seeing you receive, without the endless chasing challenges, that notion leaving them wondering what they're missing. What they don't see is that this approach requires a profound sense of self-awareness and trust, qualities you've developed over time. You don't waste energy on forcing things that aren't aligned with your path. Instead, you reserve it for what truly matters. And this intentionality is what brings the right things to your doorstep. While others tie themselves out chasing, you've learned the art of attracting, a skill that feels almost like magic to those watching from the outside. Number 9. Subtle nonconformity that challenges norms. You move through life with a quiet but undeniable nonconformity, shaping your own path in a way that challenges societal norms without loud defiance. There's a confidence in how you live, a calm, assured stance that says you don't need to rebel openly to be true to yourself. While many people feel pressured to fit in or follow a set script, you walk to the beat of your own drum without making a show of it. This kind of subtle defiance is powerful. It radiates a self-assuredness that captures attention without even trying, leaving others both admiring and uneasy. People can sense that you're different, that you don't follow trends or expectations simply because they're there. Your choices reflect a deeper conviction, a commitment to living on your own terms, even when it contrasts with what's normal. And here's the twist: because you do it so gracefully, without the typical marks of rebellion, it doesn't give anyone a clear reason to challenge you. You're not shouting your independence, you're simply living it. This makes it hard for others to argue with your choices because they can see it's not an act or a phase. It's genuinely who you are. This quiet nonconformity often stirs something uncomfortable in those who watch from the sidelines. They start to question their own choices, wondering if they've been following conventions just to avoid standing out. Your presence alone can feel like a mirror, reflecting back the limitations they've put on themselves. While they may admire your freedom, there's a part of them that resents it too, because it exposes how confined they feel by the same norms you've broken free from in a world of conformity. Your gentle defiance makes a statement without saying a word, challenging others to reconsider the rules they live by. Number 10. Presence that commands attention without effort. When you enter a space, there's an undeniable shift in the energy. It's not that you're seeking attention, but somehow all eyes naturally fall on you. Your presence fills the room without you having to do a thing. No grand gestures, no statements. It's as if your energy speaks for you, commanding attention with such effortless power that others can't help but take notice. This is a rare phenomenon, one that can't be replicated or faked, and it leaves those around you with a mixture of admiration and envy. What makes your presence so magnetic is that it's rooted in an authentic confidence that doesn't need to be loud or in your face. You exude a quiet strength, a calm assurance that draws people in without them even realizing why. It's the way you move, the way you carry yourself, and the subtle energy you emit that leaves an impression far beyond words or actions. Others can sense it. They know you're someone who doesn't need to seek validation or attention, and that ironically makes you stand out even more. This effortless magnetism often triggers feelings of jealousy in others. They wonder why their own presence doesn't have the same impact, why they can't seem to command the room with the same ease. It's frustrating for them seeing how you can simply exist in a space and have it bend to your energy. They try to mimic it, but it's clear that they're only scratching the surface of what you naturally embody. Your presence isn't something they can replicate or force. It's a reflection of your inner alignment, and it's precisely this genuine quality that makes it so irresistible. Number 11. Unapologetically unfazed by others. Projection. When people try to project their judgments or criticisms onto you, they expect a reaction, something to indicate that their words have had an impact, but they get nothing. You stand unfazed, immune to their attempts to shake you, and this indifference catches them completely off guard. Instead of folding under pressure or shrinking back into self-doubt, you remain unmoved, as if their negativity doesn't even exist in your world. This level of non-reaction isn't just a refusal to engage. It's a display of strength that unnerves those around you. What makes it even more powerful is how it forces others to confront their own insecurities when they throw their criticisms your way and see you remain unmoved. It exposes the fragility of their own self-esteem. They're left wondering why their words have no effect on you, why you don't need their approval or validation. It's a direct mirror of their own vulnerabilities, and that's something they're often not prepared to face. Your ability to remain unapologetically unaffected by their projections isn't just an act of self-preservation, it's an unspoken statement that their negativity doesn't define you. This refusal to absorb the judgments or opinions of others makes them uncomfortable, because it shines a light on how much they rely on external validation to feel secure in a world where so many are swayed by the opinions of others. Your indifference reminds them of their own lack of inner confidence, while they're trying to project their fears and insecurities onto you. You continue to stand tall, unshaken and untouched by their attempts to knock you off balance. It's a powerful demonstration of self-assurance, and it's something they can't help but admire, even if they don't fully understand it. Number 12, effortlessly deep connections that don't need words. When you connect with someone, it goes beyond small talk or surface-level exchanges. It's an unspoken depth that both you and the other person feel without needing words to define it. The bond is intuitive, profound, and meaningful from the moment you meet, as if you're communicating on a level that doesn't require anything as trivial as conversation. People around you may notice it. They see how effortlessly you connect with others in a way that feels real, raw, and true, leaving them stunned by how easily you navigate relationships for those who rely on shallow interactions to fill their social needs. This kind of connection is unsettling. They can't fathom the ease with which you bond with others. On such a deep level, their relationships are often built on appearances, status, or mutual benefit, but yours aren't constrained by such superficialities. When you connect with someone, it's because something in you resonates with something in them, and that unspoken connection is enough. They can see this and envy it because it feels like something they could never replicate. They can't understand how you can form these deep, genuine connections so effortlessly, and this leaves them feeling disconnected and empty. In comparison, what's even more powerful is that you don't need to force these connections. They happen naturally without you trying to manipulate or control the outcome. People gravitate toward you, not because of what you say, but because of the energy you exude. It's a magnetism that draws others in, offering them a rare sense of realness and emotional depth they can't easily find elsewhere. This effortless ability to bond on a profound level serves as a silent reminder to those who crave genuine connection that they are still chasing something they can't quite reach. You've unknowingly unveiled a power within you that leaves others speechless and struggling to comprehend the depths of who you truly are. The magic you carry is not flashy or obvious. It's woven into your very essence, subtle yet undeniable. While the world around you chases validation, shallow connections, and empty achievements, you walk a path that others can't follow. They look at you with a mixture of admiration, envy, and disbelief. Not because you've done anything overtly extraordinary, but because you exist in a way that breaks all the rules they've been taught to live, by your ability to remain unaffected. Led by negativity, your effortless confidence and your magnetic presence leave them trying to figure out the secret of your success and your peace. But the truth is, your strength is rooted in your authenticity, something they can't replicate and something they can't take from you. You have revealed your magic simply by being yourself, and in doing so, you force them to confront their own limitations. You are a living reminder that true power doesn't need to be fought for, shouted about, or constantly proven. It's the quiet, unwavering force that shapes your reality and leaves those around you grappling to understand the depth of your existence. Keep walking your path, knowing that your very being is a testament to the extraordinary magic you've always carried, whether they can see it or not. If this video resonated with you and you're ready to embrace your own power, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more transformative content like this. Don't forget to share this video with anyone who needs to hear this message. Hit that like button and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you. Keep shining, chosen ones. God bless you.